Welcome to my top 10 most anticipated and noteworthy comics for May 22nd, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. It's never too early to start that pull list for next week, and hopefully this list does help you make decisions on what comic books to buy. But before we get into it, guys, I just gotta give a quick shout out to Whatnot. If you guys have not used Whatnot yet, go ahead, check it out, because there is a link in my description box below. When you use that link, create your profile, win your first auction on Whatnot, you're going to get a $15 credit. So whether you're a collector of comic books or other things, use that $15. Check out Whatnot today, guys. I don't think you'll be disappointed. All right, so here we go. Kicking it off with the hot seat. And on the hot seat is Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider issue 1. Trapped in the 616 for good. So Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider, is now in the 616, kind of pulling off like a Miles Morales did. Why is she in the 616? Why did she leave Earth 65? We don't know. Supposedly this book is going to explain all that. Hopefully this will be good. Past Ghost Spider books have not been that great. So this is 40 pages and this one is $5. All right, the book that's on the rise, and you guys might laugh at this, but I liked it. This is Blood Hunt. This is the Red Band edition. This is issue 2. I love the all-out action that Blood Hunt issue 1 had. All the heroes were unexpectedly bombarded by all of these vampires. The Avengers got their asses kicked. All the other heroes don't know what's going on, and they're left scrambled. What are they going to do? What's going to be the outcome of this story? And even though the Red Band edition wasn't all that much more gorier and added that much more story to it, it's still a cool thing to have, right? Where you can compare the two books. So I'm going to try this. Obviously, I'm going to continue reading it. This one is 40 pages, $6. Now, officially kicking off the top 10 here, we have Nightwing issue 114, legacy numbering 301. I know a lot of people are not into Tom Taylor's run of Nightwing. I'm not 100% on board with it either. Like, I feel like the character's written well, but the story has been really dragged out a lot, right? But this is the climax. This is the final conclusion to Tom Taylor's run. We're going to get an outcome with Heartless here. So again, I'm looking forward to this last story arc that he has to offer. What's going to happen with, Barbara and Dick, and what's going to happen to Heartless and all those things. 28 pages, $5. Moving on to number 9, we have the Amazing Spider-Man issue 50. If you want to read what's going on with Peter and Blood Hunt, you got that separate spin-off story. Here we have the continuation of what's going on here, and it looks like the Green Goblin returns, and Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is taking things into his own hands, where he's got to stop these sins from taking over Norman Osborn once and for all, and that's why we're going to get Peter Parker as the Green Goblin in the near future. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. But I'm looking forward to it. Legacy numbering 944. This is 80 pages. This is $10. You're going to get a Marv Wolfman story in here as well. Coming in at number 8 is Feral. This is issue 3. Yeah, this is the same people that did Stray Dogs. I'm more of a dog guy, so I find myself liking Stray Dogs better than Feral, but that's not to say that Feral is not a good book. I just feel like there's more emotion in Stray Dogs than there is Feral right now, and maybe it's because this book isn't ongoing and it's just going to take some time to develop some of these cat-like characters, right? So I'm excited for it. We're going to see if our cat characters escape all these rabid raccoons and wolves and foxes and all that stuff, right? So this one is $4. So before we get going, check out the new haircut, man. I just literally got it like, I don't know, an hour ago. So I decided for once in a video, let's not wear a hat, right? So number 7 is Something is Killing the Children. This is issue 37. So this is the early days of Erica Slaughter before she became the hunter that she is now. So it looks like this is kind of a little bit of a bunch of one-shots, right? And I like the last story, had a nice little heart in there. And now in this story, she's going to be encountering a species of monsters that she is unfamiliar with killing. And what lessons will the young hunter learn as she faces a foe that could finally outwit her? That could be fun, man. I don't mind one-shots as long as it develops the character's overall story and you learn more about Erica Slaughter. So when you get into a much more deeper story or something happens to her, you care for her, right? Great series overall. I really enjoy it. 32 pages, $5. Coming in at number 6, we have Batman Offworld issue 5. This is going to be the penultimate issue of Batman in space. This is an early days of Batman. I think it's been really good. He's kind of in space, neglecting Gotham. Commissioner Gordon's like calling for him using the bat signal, and he's not coming, so he's off doing his own thing. Great artwork in this series as well. It's been a nice surprise. 32 pages, and this one is $4. Top 5, here we go. We have Superman issue 14. This is the House of Brainiac. This is part 4. And it looks like Superman and Lobo could be fighting each other. I'm not sure yet. We still have issue 3 to read, so there's going to be a big gap in this story right now, just because, again, I still have to read issue 3. But overall, issue 1 really exceeded my expectations. Issue 2 was really good. Even the 2.5 story was nice. So we'll get issue 3 this week, and then this next one will come out, and possibly, maybe the Brainiac Queen is alive. What is the deal with that chick? I don't know. 32 pages, $5. Coming in at number 4, and I know people were like, "Oh, it's the Red Hood," or what's his name? The Hood. I always call him the Red Hood. The Hood is like the new Ghost Rider. How can they do that? How can Johnny Blaze not be the Ghost Rider? Listen, number 4 is Ghost Rider Final Vengeance issue 3. When it comes to this book, I think this is just a temporary thing, guys. And we have seen plenty of Ghost Riders over the years, and Hood is just taking over the Spirit of Vengeance. And you see, I think, Johnny Blaze having some kind of redemption to get the Spirit of Vengeance back. This was a plan that was in place that Hood made with Mephisto to get the Spirit of Vengeance. And again, you're going to see Johnny Blaze make his return. So all hope is not lost when it comes to Johnny Blaze, guys. 28 pages. This one is $4. Top 3. Here we go. Number 3 comes to the conclusion of Cobra Commander. This is issue 5. What can I say about freaking Cobra Commander, man? This shit is awesome. I mean, you have Cobra Commander searching for Energon. He's done battle against the Nemesis Enforcer. He's very manipulative in his comic book. And it looks like we got introduced to maybe like Insecticons in the last issue. I mean, this book is great. And I love how Joshua Williamson wrote Cobra Commander in this book. And I just can't wait to see how it ends. And then how is it going to continue? When is the next time we're going to see Cobra Commander in the Energon universe? If you guys haven't read Cobra Commander, I definitely suggest it. You really don't even have to be a G.I. Joe fan to appreciate the character in this comic book. So this is an awesome book. This one is $3.99. All right. So coming in at number 2, and you might be a little bit surprised by this, but this is Void Rivals issue 9. So you're probably coming thinking, what's number 1? So Darak and Sola are clinging to life in this wasteland, right? But they find a particular Autobot, and this is not a spoiler. He's right on the cover, and this is the Autobot Springer. Now, I'm not going to tell you what type of Autobot that he is, but he is part of the Energon universe, and I think this is pretty badass right here. I want to see the relationship between these three. He is obviously going to help him escape the wastelands and get away from that bounty hunter character. So this one is 28 pages, and this one is $4. Okay, so after number one, guys, we are not done, as we definitely have those noteworthy comic books to talk about, because there are 10 books on here that I discussed that are my most anticipated, but it may not be yours. And there's a lot of other comic books to show you what's coming out for that particular comic book week. And so my number one most anticipated, it goes to Rook Exodus issue 2. That book is freaking awesome, as we get this guy by the name as Rook, who went to this terraformed Earth, and it was supposed to be the next best thing. The freaking what is it called? The thing that terraforms Earth fell apart. The Earth engine fell apart. All these people left. They left these guys behind, and they're forced to either live on this dying planet or try to escape it. They got these masks that control these animals, and are losing control of it. So they're being hunted by other things, and it's just a freaking awesome comic, and I want to see where it goes. It's definitely like an apocalyptic type of thing too. It's just great. It's just a phenomenal read, and it does have me a little bit more excited than Void Rivals. Now, would it have me more excited than Transformers? Probably not, but this is good. And I'm telling you, man, when it comes to this year for comic books, this has been a solid year for books, in my opinion. I've never been so excited for a bunch of comics in a long time, right, than this particular year. So this one's 32 pages, and this one is $4. All right, so here we go. Noteworthy comics. We're always going to kick it off with Marvel, and the first one is Ultimate Black Panther issue 4. It's good, but it's not like blowing me away like some of the other books are, right? Next is Immortal Thor. This is issue 11. Then we have Fall of the House of X issue 5. Is this it for it? I hope so. Then this was close to being on my list. The Spectacular Spider-Man issue 3. I'm very intrigued by this comic book. For the Star Wars fans, we have Star Wars issue 46. Then we have more Spider-Man stuff. We have Superior Spider-Man issue 7. Then for the X-Men 97 fans, we have X-Men 97 issue 3. Another really good book. Things that take place before the X-Men 97 TV series. Then we have right now the space soap opera of the sensational She-Hulk. This is issue 8. Then we have the continuation of Symbiote Spider-Man 2099. This is issue 3. Then we have another Blood Hunt tie-in. This is a spin-off book. Union Jack the Ripper, Blood Hunt issue 1. I'm curious on that one. Cool cover. Then we have the continuation of Black Widow and Hawkeye issue 3, which is a fun series as well. A lot of these books are really good. All right, then we move on to DC Comics. We have Batman, Superman, World's Finest issue 27. I actually didn't read 26, so that's why this one is not higher on the list, but still a really good book. And I don't know if this particular story arc would really excite me. Then we have Titans. This is issue 11. Moving on to Wonder Woman, as this is issue 9. Then we have Catwoman, issue 65. And I can't believe we're not done with this yet. We have Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong, issue 7. This book has totally lost momentum. Then we have The Batman First Night. This is issue 3. Followed by Green Lantern War Journal, issue 9. Then we move on to those indie comics. We have Grimm, issue 17 by Stephanie Phillips. And then we have Conan the Barbarian, issue 11, where a lot of people enjoy that book. Followed by Rogue Sun. This is issue 19. Then we have the continuation of Thundercats. This is issue 4. And then if there's one distillery book I am going to check out, it's going to be this White Boat issue 1. So curious what this book is about. Looks like it's some type of horror book with some maybe sea creatures and shit like that. I don't know. We'll see. Then we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 120. And then we have Sam and Twitch issue 3. So there you guys have it. There are the most anticipated and noteworthy comics coming out for next week. And as always, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.